Oh, hey, welcome to the video about goals. And this video is going to assume that you already have a set of goals as the beginning of 2024. And I know a lot more of you than not have set some goals. And intention of this video is to help you avoid that weird thing that happens around March and April where, our action plans fizzle out and then we end up spending the rest of the year regretting that we didn't fulfill our goals, we didn't action our goals. And part of that is because as we start the year with this verve, this year's going to be different. We set some really great goals, but then we don't clear our attachment to the goals. And then what happens is that becomes heavy. We're just layering this wanting of something different, but we are not clearing what is actually holding us back. So this video basically is going to try to clear the runway so that way your goal or goals can take off. Okay. Now, I know a lot of you are going to show up already with your inner limitations, your impatience, and your inability to sit and be and just go through the process. So if you're showing up and you're just really, really busy, but you needed a break, but you can't focus on the video, you can't be with my words and the impact on your body, I'm going to ask you to sit back and clear. And if you need to give your mind something to do, here's an exercise for you. Okay, you can just sit through the video because you're here because you've needed some time to just sit. But if the processes aren't something that you can sit with, then just sit with yourself and to give your mind a bit of a break. What you can do is, how about this? How about you tell your mind to count the number of spikes on this plant here. This is an African milk tree. Or, you can try and identify the different plants that are in my background. And if you really are a numbers person, once you're done counting the spikes on the milk tree, you can count the shells that are in my, handmade lamp over here. Okay, there's lots of different things, but just take a moment to just be, and just be with your busy mind. That's fine. I am going to ask you to do yourself a really big favor and come back and just fast forward to the very first process. Okay, now for those of you who are ready, who are really ready for your goals to take off, this is the video. Okay, and you're welcome to fast forward, like as you already know with my videos. I won't be offended if, first of all, if you mute me and just feel what is coming through, or if you just need to kind of fast forward and come back, it's entirely fine. You will take away, I trust, you will take away what you need to take away from my calling of putting this video together. All right, this video, what is it going to try and do? It's going to do 4 things. Okay, the first one is that we're going to look at the goals that you already have. So you might want to pause the video and go get your goals. If you have your goals in your mind, but you haven't written them down, clear your mind, grab a piece of paper, write them out right now. Okay, and after you've got your goals, we're going to release them. We're going to do a process of releasing them so that we are clearing our attachment to the goals that we have set. Okay, the second thing we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at your goals from a place of gratitude, from a place of the all incredible force where creation happens. Some of you might think this is woo-woo. That's fine. You can fast forward through that section. Okay. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to release on a sense of lack. We often set up goals because we don't have what we want. So we're going to sit back and look at that sense of lack and our attachment to the story of scarcity. I know that one really well, and I know a lot of you know that one very well. Okay. And then very last process we're going to do in this video is looking at really setting up your goals in a way that addresses your heart's deepest desires. Okay. Does not mean your goals that you have set so far are meaningless. They are not. It's just that looking at them from a place where it's connected, the goals that you have are connected to your heart. All right? So let's begin. First things first, let's look at the goals that you do have. By this time, you have written them out. And if you're not a person that sets up goals because you don't want to let yourself down, that's fine. Sit through the process anyhow, because somewhere in there, because you're human, you do have some desires. Okay, so sit through the process anyhow. And for you, the goal might be being in touch with your heart's deepest desires, and also being in touch with your reluctance or avoidance of writing down the goals. Okay, or however that is meaningful for you. Okay, so if you have goals, I want them in front of you. If you don't have goals, set them up. And if you really can't set them up, be in touch with your resistance to the very human nature of having desires. Okay, there's a bit of a rejection. So just be in touch with that and use that as your goal. Okay, so you're going to sit with your goals. You're going to read them out loud if you need to. Okay, take a moment and read your goals again. And just let that sink in. However that shows up for you. Again, it might be just in the head, but notice if it's in your head, what thoughts come up? If you're able to drop into your body, what sensations are you experiencing as you sit with your goal? Notice any positive or negative aspects that have come up as you think and recall your goal. Any positive, any negative. So things like being very excited about achieving this goal, or being really stressed about needing to achieve this goal. Anything else, positive or negative. Okay, and then notice what else is here, especially what is happening with your body. What are sensations? What are the sensations that are showing up, that are calling your attention, your awareness? Is there a sense of tightness in your body? Or is there a sense of openness? Is there clenching? And notice, I'm not telling you to look for feelings, because I know that a lot of us have difficulty dropping into the feelings. So we're not doing that. We're just going to be with your thoughts. And then now we're looking at what those thoughts are bringing up in your body in terms of sensations. Okay. And that can show up in many different ways. Don't forget your eyes is a way that your body senses. It could be a smell. It could be a taste. It could be a ringing in the ear. Whatever the sensations are, just notice them. Okay. Notice also any storytelling. any belief. So what do we mean by that? We mean things like, the last time I set this goal, this and this and this happened. Okay, just notice that story. And in terms of belief, notice if there's any core limiting belief, is what we call them, right? So things like the voice that tells you you're not worthy, you're never going to achieve what you're setting out to achieve. Or also a belief that maybe you're actually afraid to achieve what you know you're meant to achieve. So the idea of being seen, because being seen for some of us means being persecuted, right? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't want to be someone else's bullseye. Notice that. Notice also some of the really incredibly positive beliefs where, people, yes, are very confident about their abilities. Of course, I'm going to achieve that. Okay, fantastic. Let that be here and just notice it. Okay, nothing is going to stop me. Fantastic. Whatever comes up, positive, negative, fantastic. Let's let them be here. Okay. And whatever showed up, may it be in the form of thoughts, sensations in your body, beliefs or stories, just have a peek and be curious. What are they about? Is there any sense of wanting control, wanting approval, wanting security, or wanting oneness? And whatever want that showed up, could it just be here? Could you just notice it? Just connect to it. Again, remember, we're doing the practicing of being aware of our thoughts and our memories. Okay. As you're noticing that, also notice any wanting to change it, control, resist, reject, or embracing it. I want that. Yes, it's here, right? Just notice that. Notice things come up, and then there's a motivating want under that. And then automatically the mind is just so fast, it comes into, let's have that faster. Let's slow it down, right? There's this need to do something about whatever that comes up. So you're going to notice that. Take time to connect with it in whichever form that it shows up for you or in you, through you. And now just take a moment and notice how personal the goals, the thoughts, the feelings, the wanting, control, right? The motivating factor under the wanting, and then also the call to do something about what came up. Just notice all of that and how personal they felt or they feel now. Who knows? Maybe you've already moved on. Okay, just notice how personal. This is what I, Wei, have to do. This is my goal. Just notice the me in that. The I, the my. In this video, we're going to take that personalization a little bit deeper because you've done this with me. So as you are noticing the personal, just could you take a moment and just connect to see where that came from. How much of that is really you, if even there is a you? And if it is a you, how did the you get defined? So connect to that. Some of us is parental, it could be ancestral, it could be systemic, it could be cultural. It could be the books that I read as a child, and I connected with a very specific character, and that informed the who I am today. And you're just going to connect to all of that. Okay. And now, could you let go of anything that is holding on to you or to the goal or to the universe? Any sense of attachment, any sense of definition of who you are, any sense of I have to have control, any of that. See if you can let it all go. Whatever is here that you feel is a little bit clutchy, could you let it go? Keep in mind the clutchiness, the tightness could also be the holding on to the good stuff. So any of the clutchiness that's happening with you right now, could you let it go? Would you let it go? And when? We're going to cycle that a little bit faster now, okay? Think of your goal. And notice what it stirs up. Notice what is here for you in terms of thoughts and sensations in your body. Notice also the stories that come up. Any beliefs that have come up, just notice them. Notice any tendency to change them, to reject them, or to want to make them happen faster. You know, the tendency of doingness. Notice that. Notice also what motivates all of that in terms of what was stirred up. Is there any, wanting control? Is there any wanting approval? Any wanting security? Any wanting oneness? Okay, just notice that. Notice also any personalization that might have come up. So the me, the I, the mine, my goals, my experience, my feelings. And whatever came up, and whatever it is in your awareness, good or bad, could you simply let it go? Remember, letting go, yes or no. Just notice what your inside, your internal response is. Yes or no, you can't do this wrong. Could you let it go? Again, yes or no. And when? Make a decision now, never, or anything in between. And then now, could you let go of the goal or goals that you had on your list at the beginning of this process? Could you let go of the goal itself? Yeah. Could you let go of the goal itself? Yes or no? Just notice your internal response to that. Would you let go of the goal itself? Yes or no? And when? Now, never, or anything in between? Okay. That's it in terms of working through the goals that you've already set. You might want to rewind this to the first release takes you through more of the explanation, but you might also just go, fast forward, rewind back to just the part where I will title letting go of the goals. Okay. Now, the second part of this video, we are going to practice gratitude and seeing our goal and or goals in freedom from the lens of everything and anything is possible. Okay, but not just saying that anything and everything is possible, but actually internalizing that, embodying that. Okay, some of you might see this as magical, ooh, and I'm fine with that, but I would say give it a shot anyways. Okay, just try and see just once whether this sits with you or not. It might not resonate with you immediately, but at some point, it hopefully will trigger or help you dip your toe into that field of possibilities. All right, so let's begin. Could you allow yourself to sit back and relax into ease? Just simply rest, whatever that means for you. For some of you, you've dropped into that immense space and light. For some of you, this might be a little bit harder, and that's okay. Just notice when you hear the words of sitting, being aware of your surroundings, and then allowing yourself to relax into ease, into rest, into beingness. What is that experience like for you? What comes up? And whatever comes up, could that be enough? Again, could you allow yourself to relax into ease, into freedom, into love itself? And just notice what that experience is like for you. And could that be enough? We're going to do it one more time. Could you allow yourself to relax into ease, into flow, into peace, into love, into the essence of your beingness? And just feel that, notice that. Could that be enough? Just for now, could that be enough? And from this space of openness, even if it's just a sliver, that's fine. Okay, just this space of openness, or even if there are strong limitations, and it's just about allowing yourself to possibly experience the openness. Just from that, could you just let it be enough? And from this space of openness, however that is accessible to you, could you look at your goal? And what does that goal look like from this possibility of openness? And then just notice what comes up. And could you allow that to be enough for now? And could you be grateful for what is here now? Just notice. Could you be grateful for what is here now? If it's a sense of lack, have a look at what isn't lacking. If you're not able to drop into the beingness of it all, could you be grateful for the idea that you're open to allowing yourself to experience that? That is enough. Not everybody can just let go and drop into this expansive field. Could you allow yourself to experience that? And for those of you who are in that expansive field, could this be enough? Could you be grateful for what is here now? Okay. That's it. Oftentimes, we set goals because we want something, but just as much as we want something, we desire what we don't have, it's really important to also be grateful for what we do have. And so, however that process resonates with you, I encourage you to do it on your own, to just notice what you have. And could you be grateful for that? For those of you who can drop deeper, then allow yourself to drop deeper into the field of expansiveness, the freedom, the love, the joy, and express some gratitude in that space. Okay? Again, you can rewind and listen to this section if you wish. Third thing this video is going to address is this sense of lack. Okay? We're going to release the sense of lack. There's just never enough, is there? What we have, we want more. What we don't have, we want. We have, but we don't see what we have. And oftentimes, goals are there to address our sense of not having what we want. Okay, so have a look at your goals. Where are they coming from? Where is that sense of lack? And just be honest with it. Just be in touch with, I am setting this goal because I don't have this. Okay. Take your time. Just connect with, this goal addresses this. And this is something that I don't have, or I don't have enough of. Connect to that. Okay. And whatever else that sense of lack brings up in you, connect with that. Okay. The other thing that we do with our goals is that our goals are very much future oriented. They're not about what I have now or having that goal now. It's always, I am going to have it in, 6 weeks, I think is the habit experts say you need at least 6 weeks to form a new habit. Lots of different things, like if you have financial goals, there's market cycles, right? Whatever. What is important to connect to is that we write goals and they have us orienting to the future. Okay. And the thing is, if we tell our mind that good things can only happen in the future, then guess what? Your mind is your greatest servant, is your control center in terms of making things happen for you. So that goal is never here now, it's later. So just notice that. Take some time to write down any sense of it being future oriented, whatever you're connecting to. Okay. Go back to a sense of lack. Okay. Write down any notes around, oh, I don't have this and I can't have it now. Right? So you notice right there, what pathway, what neural pathways are you setting up for yourself? Okay. You're just dangling a carrot and you're constantly chasing the carrot that's on a stick. So this exercise is for you to connect with what the carrot is, noticing the string that's on the carrot, like that's tied the carrot to the stick. And then the stick is top of your head, right? Just notice that. So metaphorically, it works. Now connect it to you. Okay. So what is that stick? That's your goal, right? And the string, all the conditions that you've attached to them, that's a string. And then the stick is a future orientation and the sense of lack, right? So neurophysiologically, we need to rewrite that. And how do we do that? Okay. And remember, it's not good enough to just be positive, to tell yourself, I'm going to have the goal now, because that's not how the mind works. You actually have to tell it, you have to give it permission, and you have to be very, very direct with it. And then if you're into manifestation, into the magic of being, it's the same thing, right? You've got to drop into the now, because the now is where the magic, the miracles, the madness, the chaos, the creativity, it's all experienced now. Okay, so your goals currently are future oriented and they're based on lack. So let's release some of that. Look at your goal. Feel it. Let it be present. Let it be real right now. It's happened. I know it's future oriented, but let's pretend just for a moment that it's come true. Yeah. Take another beat. The goal you're setting, it's come true. Just go with it with me, okay? It's come true. You've achieved it. Doesn't matter how you achieved it, but it's come true. What does it feel like? And really feel that in your body. Okay. What sensations are here? Are you celebrating? Or are you like cowering? Because now you got to step up in life, right? Or you have to answer to all these different things that now are real because your goal has come true. Just notice what comes real for you. The goal that you want has come true. What is here now for it? How do you experience it? Okay. Let yourself experience the goal coming true. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? How's your body doing? Like, is it celebrating? Is it cowering? Or has it gotten into all sort of like a protective mode where you now have to protect what you've achieved? That's fine too. Just notice the goal has come true. You've achieved it. Okay. Notice it. And just keep noticing, keep going deeper. The goal that you have set for yourself has come true. And now you're going to let yourself experience, live that goal coming true. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What's going on here? Is this clench or is it like, I'm ready to sing? What's happening with your body? Are you cowering because, oh my God, the goal has come true? Or is it like, yes, the goal has come true. And now you're facing the life that you so want. Live it. And then what thoughts are coming up? Oh my God, I've got a plan. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got to buy this. I've got to buy that. I've got to book this castle. What is here for you? What are the thoughts? And then stories. Okay, stories, they'll come. Oh my God, this and that. Or, oh my God, I can finally do this. Notice them, right? The light, the celebration, and the heaviness. Notice it all. Okay, and then notice if there's any belief system that comes up. Things like success is not welcome, is not good, is not spiritual. Or for the over-accommodators, I now have to help this person and this person and this person, or finally I can start my not-for-profit. For the unworthy in a crowd, what's happening? You've achieved your goal. Do you finally feel worthy? Or is there something else that you think you need to get to have that? You just notice that, okay? Again, your goal has come true. Go with it. That your goal has come true. Right now, the goal that you have set, it has come true. What is your experience of it? Notice the sensations. Use all your bodily senses to live your goals being true right now. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What are you tasting? What is happening to the rest of your body? Notice any excitement, noticing any fear. Notice it all. Okay. And then notice any thoughts. that have come up because your goal has come true. Notice also any stories that have come up and any beliefs that have come up. Would you let it all go? All of it. Could you let it all go? Would you? And when? One more time. Have a look at your goal again. And oh my goodness, your goal has come true. You've achieved your goal. Allow yourself to experience what that will look like, feel like, smell like. What would your body be doing? How would your body be feeling? Would you be loosey-goosey? Would you be tight and ready to fight? What is here for you? The goal has come true. You've achieved it. Let's experience it. Experience it in your body first. Just notice. And then notice what thoughts come up, what stories come up, and what beliefs come up. Just notice it all. Let it be here for a minute. Could you be with that? And be with it even more. And now, could you let it all go? Could you? Yes or no? And remember, no is a fine answer. Would you let it go? Also, yes or no? And when? Now? Never? 2 weeks from now? And then just notice, after letting that go, what is here for you? What is here? And just could you be with that? Could you rest with that? And could that be enough? All right. You can pause and stop here, or you could go to the next one or come back to the next one. Up to you. All right. Well done. The last process is really about going deep with your goals and looking at your goals and having it aligned with your heart's deepest desires. Okay, so the process in this video so far is that we looked at the goals that you've set for yourself so far and clearing the runway so that way the goals can take off, right? And then we also went into looking at those goals from a place of gratitude. Okay. And then we also looked at the goals from a place of not feeling enough or not having, from a sense of scarcity. Okay. And we did some clearing there, some letting go there. And now we're going to go into your heart's deepest desires. And that is taking the goals that you've set. They might still be relevant, they might not. And just aligning them to your heart, okay, your beingness. So let's begin. Have a look at your goals. And chances are, if you've been going through the other processes, your goals might have already evolved. Maybe they're not even relevant anymore. Who knows? Or they're even more important to you now. Okay? Whatever they are, they're welcome. Just look at your goals And then just let yourself sit back into ease. Okay. And for a moment, we are going into a space where there are no consequences. You're not accountable to anyone or anything. There are no limitations. There are no obligations. You are in that world where there are no consequences. There are no limitations. Okay? And in that space, take a moment to really bring that into you. There are no consequences. Anything is possible. There are no obligations. There are no bills. Again, we're going to drop into a story where there are no consequences. There's no one that you're accountable to. There are no obligations for you to fulfill. What is your heart's deepest desire? Anything is possible. What is your heart's deepest desire? And if you need to, you can put your hand on your chest, specifically on your heart if you want to. Okay, just connect. There are no limitations, there are no obligations. In this space, what is your heart's deepest desire? Just let that be here for now. If it's just a sliver of it, that's fine. Be with it whichever way you can be with it. Just notice, just even the little sliver of allowance for you to dip into your heart's deepest desire. What does that stir up? For some of you, you know damn well what that is. Great. What is here for you? What does that stir up for you? However you experience your heart's deepest desire, connect with it, notice it, and just be with it. Remember, there are no consequences and there are no obligations waiting for you. What is your heart's deepest desire? And however that shows up, could you be with it? Notice it. It might be out there. It might be in here. It might be however it shows up for you. Notice it. And then allow yourself to be with it. And be with it some more. Fantastic. And be with it some more. There are no consequences and there are no obligations. What is your heart's deepest desire? And just for a moment, however it shows up, just for a moment, could you just be with that? And be with that. And just notice whatever is here for you. And however you experience that, just for a moment, could that be enough? And if you're noticing any propensity to make sense of it or to try to understand, that's fine. Just let all of that be here and just connect back to your heart's deepest desire and just notice it and allow yourself to be with it. And if you can, go deeper, even deeper than that. What is your heart's deepest desire? And whatever comes up, just notice it and be with it. And could you allow that to be enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Is that enough? Right. And in that, whatever that is present here for you, doesn't matter if you're stuck in your head, it's fine. Doesn't matter that you've dropped into that expansive space. Great. Is that enough? To be with it. Just be with it some more. Okay. And whatever that experience is like for you, what is the simplest or the most sensationally outrageous thing that you can do to achieve your goal? What is the simplest or the most sensationalist, outrageous thing you could do to achieve your goal? Simplest could be tiny. Simplest could be biggest. Sensationally outrageous could also be tiny or big. It doesn't matter. Just notice that. The brain going into, what does she mean? Let's go back. Just sit with, there are no consequences and there are no obligations. What is your heart's deepest desire? And just sit with that, whatever comes up, okay? Whatever comes up, be with it. Notice it. Notice it some more. And in that space, feeling, sensation, thought of your heart's deepest desire, what is the simplest or sensationally outrageous thing you could do to achieve your goal? And go do it. That's it. That is the video around goals. And I hope that, you got out of it what was resonant for you. I had a lot of fun talking about goals and being in touch with how my mind and my body shows up. Okay. I wish you every success that you want for yourself. You are so deserving of anything that you see for yourself. Okay. And I leave you with a thought and a query. Whatever you want in your life, would you rather keep wanting it, or would you rather have it? I'm going to say that again. Whatever it is that you want, would you rather keep wanting it, or would you rather have it? You might want to rewatch this whole video. You might want to rewatch sections of it after you answer that question. Do you want to keep wanting what you want, or would you rather have? All right. Thank you so much. Feel free to share widely. Feel free to send people my way. Feel free to book an appointment with me for one-on-one. Feel free to find me on my website and just, support me on my writing. Not just website, actually, Facebook, Instagram. And if you're so called to buy me a coffee somewhere along in all the various spots, I do have my coffee account noted, but no need, no obligation. I would love support from you and anybody that reads or watches my videos, but it's not necessary. I am deeply called to hold space, or to bring space for everybody to discover their deepest desires, their true self. All right. So thank you for coming here. Thank you for your courage and your bravery to step into your journey, your path, not the path that was told was yours or the path that you thought you had to be on, but the path that you're meant to be on, the path where, surely negative things happen, but they don't define you. The path where grief can happen, but is held with love. Bad things happen, but you can get out of it. They don't define you. Thank you. Thank you for having the courage. And anything I can do or be for you to discover the truth of who you are, I'm here for you. Thank you again. Take care. Love you.